All right, another episode of Conversation After Dark. Tay, what's up with you?
Everything's good with me. What's going on with you?
It's all good. It's all good. Tell people where they can find us.
You can find us at Conversate After Dark everywhere. And if you have a topic you want us to cover or you want to be a guest on the show, you can reach us at CVAD the podcast at gmail.com.
Okay. All right, that's right. And make sure you go to our website, www.conversateafterdark.com. You can listen to our old episodes. Tay, I think we almost up on a year, right? Are we on a year?
Actually, I think we've passed a year, or we're close to it, if not.
Okay, yeah. I'm just saying we almost had a year. All right.
Yep.
Okay. And we still together. All right, so I'm gonna flip the script on you. Let's do the conversation cards, okay?
Okay.
All right. Go ahead, choose one.
Let's do who's the biggest pervert.
Okay.
Oh Lord, this is a very immature question. Have you ever stuffed your bra or pants for attention?
No, I've never stuffed my pants. Just because I feel like what's the point? Because they're gonna see what you got anyway if you get to, the bedroom. So what's the point of stuffing your pants? I have perpetrated in other ways, like had like a beeper that was turned off or a cell phone that wasn't working back when I was a teenager, acting like I was getting calls and stuff like that. But I never stuffed my pants. No, I never did that. Do guys do that? I don't think guys. I can see more girls, like teenage adolescent girls, stuffing their bras, but I don't. A guy stuffing his pants, I don't see that.
I mean, I've seen it in movies where that's portrayed, and so they always say inspiration from movies come from real life. So I'm assuming it's happening somewhere.
You ever stuffed your bra?
No, not that I can think of. The closest I've come to are push-up bras or bras that come with extra padding. I don't know if we want to count that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's more of like a teenage thing, something you do like what's it called? Prepubescent. We'll figure it out.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
something you do like that. What's up, TJ? We're glad you joined us from work. So Tay, question came up earlier today.
Okay.
I got this from another podcast, so I asked a group of friends, "Hey, Tia, would you date somebody who is bisexual?"
I hate this question.
You want me to go first?
Sure, you can go first.
Yes, and I have. I think most guys think if you're dating someone who's bisexual, that it's like, oh shoot, we finna have a bunch of threesomes and blah 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 blah, and that's a possibility. It's never happened for me, and I think there's other guys who are somewhat threatened by the idea because it's like if you're insecure, it's like, okay, I know what I bring to the table, but there's certain things that a woman could bring to the table that I can't bring in terms of like femininity or whatever it is that women enjoy when they're with one another in a relationship or sexually. But from my experience, the women that I have been with who are bisexual or who have experimented, who have experimented in the past, when they were with me, they were with me. And we talked about stuff that they did in their past, and we just kind of, I asked questions and they answered, but it never really turned into just a wild, wild west, we doing any and everybody. But yeah, I don't know if I would date a woman. This is gonna sound bad, and y'all know I'm not homophobic at all, but I don't know if I would date a woman who dated a guy who was bisexual, because I would say that the propensity, just because out of safety, because male on male sex is much more high risk, and because of the increased probability that there may be some sort of forever type disease going on, I probably would be hesitant if I knew that she dated, a bisexual guy. But we probably have to have like a lot of questions, a lot of testing, a lot of stuff, put into place.
In this day and age, testing should happen anyway.
That's true.
But so the reason why I hate this question is because it makes me sound like a hypocrite. So I don't know. In the past, when this question has come up, my answer has always been an emphatic no. I don't want to date any guy that's bisexual, has experimented with a guy or anything like that. But now that I think about it, just now, the thought popped into my head, like, why? Like, what's really the big deal? Like, if just saying we're in a monogamous relationship and he's with me and tests come back clean, then what does it matter if he, because I'm asking people to accept me for my past. So I don't know.
So you're saying you would date a guy who's bisexual? Or you would consider it, whereas in the past you were like, hell no.
At this moment right now, I would think about it more than I would in the past. I still don't know, still leaning more towards a no, but at least I would think about it now.
Would it matter if he presented as masculine versus somewhat feminine? Would that matter?
Oh, that definitely matters because I don't really like men who tend to be softer. I don't want to be insensitive, but
you got it right to your preference.
I tend to like masculine men. Like I remember seeing when the whole toxic masculinity thing came out. I remember seeing a list of things that were considered toxic masculinity, and I was like, 8 out of 10 of these things are things that I like. So I don't know.
Dude, that whole toxic masculinity discussion, we could get into that on another show. But I think a lot of that was straight BS in my personal opinion. But TJ said she thinks it's different for men. As a woman, the thought of my guy deep throating another dude isn't something that she really wants to think about.
Or taking it.
Now I can see the taking it be like, yeah. Okay, so would it matter if he was a top or a bottom? What if he was a bottom?
I think that would matter too. Because again, me envisioning him taking it, I don't want to be insensitive. I don't want to offend anybody, but for me, I don't know.
Yeah. And I'm perfectly fine with double standards in life. I really am. Life's not fair. There's certain things that men can do that women can't do, and vice versa. It is different because for most of us as men, the thought of two women together, for the most part, that could be somewhat sexy. So you're not going to have as much of a problem with it. I think for a good number of people, male on male sex isn't the most sexy thing. There's some people that may get off on it, to each their own. We're not going to yuck your yum, but I think for most people, male on male sex isn't something that they really are interested in, unless they are interested in having male on male sex. Right. So, yeah, it's a tough. Tia says it is different. Most men will date a bisexual woman. I think so. Like I said, I've done it. I've dated women who are bisexual. And the crazy thing is, I don't know what it is about me. So tell me this, Tay. Tia asked, Marvin, would you date a cute, masculine, bisexual woman? Would I date a cute, masculine, bisexual woman? It's funny because I saw this comedian today and she presented as masculine. She had like a suit on, but you could tell she was thick, you know what I'm saying? And you could tell like if she did it up, like she would be fine, but she presented more so as a, masculine.
Right.
I don't think I could because I need to be with somebody who I'm going to be attracted to 100% of the time, even when you're not trying. And I think if you're trying to look like a boy, it ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Like some dudes, as long as you got a fat ass and titties, they can look past most of that. I can't do that. I can't do that. And you let me know. This might be a little bit shallow, but I need for you when I want you to take you around my homeboys. I want to have a stunner with me. I want them to be like, oh shit, I see you, boy. You know, I want somebody who's feminine, who smells good, got the good accessories like Tay got on today. You know what I'm saying? Got a weave popping, makeup. That's what I want on my arm when I'm around my homeboys. That's my preference. So, to answer your question, I definitely would smash a fine masculine stud. And raw doggy too, because like she's probably safe as all get out. But
Absolutely true.
now usually they probably say because they believe in like switching out toys. They don't you can't take one toy to the next.
I know somebody who says she's a lesbian with I don't like using this word, but she's a lesbian with a dick fetish. So every now and then she wants the real thing, not the toy. So
now I'm gonna tell you, when you talked about how you would consider a bisexual man, right? You said whereas in the past you wouldn't. My cousin is a gay man. He and I were talking, and what he told me was the dick always wins. And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, those dudes who were down low and they like, oh, I'm not gonna do this no more. I'm gonna do right by my wife, and I'm not gonna, this is wrong. God is judging me, what have you. That late night hit and them desires hit. The next thing you know, they calling Antoine, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? Because they want that dick. And it's the same thing with a lot of lesbian women. Every now and again, if they've had some dick in the past, every now and again they don't want that they don't want that toy. They don't want that Barbie doll. They want that real deal.
Yeah, and that was one of my reasons for never wanting to date a man who had experiences or was full on bisexual. Was for just the thought of what if he backtracks or what if he desires something I can't give you, because I'm not gonna peg a man. That's just not something I'm gonna do. But
go ahead, pound him out.
For a woman, not for a man.
Go ahead, pound him out.
But now, just thinking it through right now, a cheater is going to cheat. So a guy that's going to go out and get with a man, if he has those proclivities, a man who's into women is going to go out and do the same things. A cheater is a cheater. So, I mean, if we say we in this and you feel like you need something else, either way.
I hear you. I think the only reason why that's still a apples and pineapples comparison, I think the inherent risk that comes with male on male sex makes it different. Yes, there's a possibility of pregnancy, any type of disease when you're having sex with somebody outside the relationship when it's male on woman, right? Male female sex. But we know that male on male sex is more high risk. That's not being homophobic. That's just being accurate. It is. Now, if somebody wants to try to correct me on that, they can, but it is. So that's the only caveat that I would put to that. So TJ said, my cousin is the stud. Hold on, I lost mine. TJ said, my cousin is the stud in her marriage, but she's gorgeous and her wife is hella thick. TJ, you need to hook me up.
TJ said, that means it's off limits to you, sir.
Hey, listen, I told you the dick always wins, especially mine. TJ said she's hashtag Team Dick. Danielle says definitely love the D. Tony said, I'm going to be real on PC, but the human female is God's most beautiful and sensual creation. Seeing two of those divine beings being sexual is extremely arousing. Imagining two men being together just doesn't seem as sensual. Thus, two women together, Lord, you really went A5 with this one. Thus, two women together will always be acceptable in most quarters. I agree with that. It's hypocritical. And I like I said, there's a double standard there. But yeah. So I don't know, Tay. So you turned a new leaf, huh? You going?
I didn't say that. I said now I I would think about it, but I'm still not 100% like, yes, I would. But
Mm.
I would at least think about it. I would at least maybe give you a chance. Maybe. I don't know.
What if he did? You remember on Insecure where the guy, it was Molly was dating this dude, and he talked about how he experimented in college,
Right.
and she was just like, "Nah, I can't do it." And but people, I think Issa was like, "But you experimented in college too." What if it was just a one
Right.
time thing? Like he was like, it was a one time thing. He was the top. Or maybe it was a one time thing. And he let another dude give him head. Pause.
My answer is still the same. There's a guy on this season of Married at First Sight who, well, he didn't actually have sex with somebody. He just went on a date. So that's what he says. But I think my answer is still the same. It's still something that my first thought is no, but I might consider.
Okay. He might be the one. Y'all might be dedicating slow jams to one another.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. But speaking of, are you the type to dedicate songs to someone you're in a relationship with?
Oh shoot. Listen, I done told y'all, I don't know if I said it on the show, but many of the people who watching and you Tay know I'm Mr. Lovey Dovey. Back in the day, back when we had answer machines, I was leaving, Force MCs and New Edition, Can You Stand the Rain on my gal's answer machine and different stuff like that. So yeah, I definitely believe in like us having our song. And I don't know if that's more of an old school thing, like our parents used to do. Like my mom and dad had a song, and it gets me emotional. It's that Tamia and Eric Benet song,
Okay.
Life with You. It's when Eric Benet came out and I come home from college and I was playing it for him. And so they was like, "Oh, we really like that." And then my mom called me and she was just like, "Man, me and your dad just sit here and listen to that song over and over again." And just think about one another. So like every time that song comes on, I get kind of emotional because I know that they really loved it. But yeah, I had a girlfriend in college, and our song was "Nothing Even Matters" with D'Angelo and Lauryn Hill.
Okay.
And I ain't gonna lie, I look at the song differently. Sometimes I'm like, turn that off. And sometimes, I think about her and I kind of just like, I wonder what she's up to, but it's not something that I, am caught up on. It's like, oh, some people, a song come on and they be like, turn that off because of whatever memory that evokes. It doesn't do that for me.
Yeah.
But definitely I look at the song differently because that used to be our song.
Okay. Yeah, with my very first boyfriend, one of his songs that he said when he got into a relationship, he always wanted to dedicate this song to somebody. So it kind of became our song was Tony Terry's "When I'm With You."
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
He went old school with that one. Yeah. That hey, and I ain't gonna lie, that's a good song, but that's cheesy as fuck too. But
yeah, we talking about the late '80s, early '90s when that song would have come out. He was a few years older than me, so that was his age range.
Clearly. Tia said Tay is one worse. Hold on one second. Got a little technical difficulties. Tay is one worse than the other. A man that cheats with a woman versus a man, or is cheating just cheating? I think Tay answered cheating is just cheating, right?
For me, yeah.
Let's see. Janine says if we don't communicate in music, we can't talk. Okay, all right. Danielle and the rest of them are agreeing with that. Let's see. Hold on, y'all. Danielle said she made a man happy cry over some music. Okay, Danielle,
I'm telling you, with that "When I'm With You," after he played it for me, I sang it to him, and the little thug tip came
out. Mike says late walking in is sharing the song cheating if it ain't with your partner. That's what we call emotional cheating, my friend. See, Danielle said I opened the CD, wrote some lovey-dovey stuff on the inner liner notes, sealed it back, and gave it to him. Tears. I got some that night. I bet you did. I bet you did. Probably Raw Doggy too. Lavitra said, I listened to the majority and I can't wrap my brain around their thought process. I don't know. I guess that's about our discussion about men and women or whatever. TJ says, D'Angelo Untitled, holy crap. My drawers would spontaneously combust if my guy played it for me. Okay, so we know what to play when we get around TJ. We know.
I had another ex. He would this is when burning CDs was a thing. He would burn whole CDs telling the story of like what he wanted to do, so stuff like that. So I remember on our after our second date, this is really too much of my business, but he gave me this CD, and it was a CD where his intention was for me to listen to it and want to give him some. But me being me, that had already happened before he gave me the CD. But anyway, it is what it is.
I mean, I think we as Black people, music is like a big part of our life. How many times people say, okay, when did this song come out? And you think about like something that happened in your life, you're like, 88. And you can really kind of like narrow down because like, I know what I was doing around this time when this song came out.
Exactly.
I think for me, coming up in the 80s, like being born late 70s, coming up in the 80s and 90s, we are more, especially the region that I'm from in the Midwest, we play a lot of slow jams. I don't know how it is where you're from, but like they would play at least 4 slow jams a night at the party. Like, you had the party, then you had 2 slow jams where you could try to get your groove on. Then before the night was up, they're gonna play 2 more slow jams.
Yeah, back in the day, that was the thing here too.
And I'm from the Kansas City area, so we do a lot of stepping, so it's a lot of slow music. So like some people be like, why listen to all that slow music? But for us, that's just how we get down. Like I remember being in high school and like me and my guys would have competitions on like who could make the best, we call them in and out tapes, like in and out. Like who could make the best slow jam tape? Like, hey, I'm gonna get the draws with this one, right? And that's what we would do. So yeah, I think this music is a big part of that. Now, are you a person that has to listen to music when you are doing the grown up?
I used to be. I don't really need it anymore. I never needed it. But it's not something that I have to have. If the music is playing, that adds to the whole thing. But I don't necessarily need it. Mm-hmm. It's not a big desire as it was when I was younger. But I think that goes with the times that we're in, because I don't see a lot of people talking about that as we did back in the 90s.
Right.
In R&B's glory days. That's all I like to say.
I mean, that's the thing I love about being where I'm from. Like, we listen to slow jams at the party. And people don't be like, oh man, you putting us to sleep. Yeah, we know how to, dance to the faster beat, but like for real, we have an appreciation for R&B, love making music. Let's see what the people had to say. Mike said, make slow dancing great again. He's from Detroit, so it's that Midwest thing. TJ said, I cannot. I want to hear us. So she said she don't want no background music. She wants to hear, her and her partner. I feel that. Nicole says, yes, she needs it. Janine, slow jam gets you closer. Pun intended. Pun intended.
Yeah. So I have a lot of songs in my head that, remind me of a certain person or, a certain relationship or certain things that happen. But an interesting question that I heard recently, what happens to that song when the relationship ends, especially if it ends badly? Like, does the song still bring back good memories? Or if it's a song that you love before that person, do you still is it still a song you can listen to after that person is gone?
I think with time it goes away. Like I said, Nothing Even Matters was me and that girl's song. That was damn near 30 years ago. So, 25, 26 years ago. So at this point, that memory is kind of faded. so I don't, respond adversely. And we didn't really have that bad of a breakup. I wouldn't say it's amicable, but it wasn't like a real toxic breakup. So, and it honestly, I haven't dedicated a song to somebody since then. So
Oh, wow.
I guess I'm sleeping. Like in my mind, there are certain songs that put me in the mind frame of like I say I'm real lovey dovey. Like, I said it before, like I'm that dude. As soon as I get with a chick, I'm calling my boys like I'm a marry her. You know what I'm saying? So like that Drew Hill, Come Share My World. When I'm in love, I'm playing that on repeat. And I'm envisioning walking down the aisle, and I'm a real sucker for love, Tay, for real, for real. So
Okay.
like that's one of my cuts. But what about you?
So all of the songs from most of my relationships, I'll say all of them except for one, like they bring back good memories. Even no matter how the relationship ended, they bring back good memories. There's this one relationship that ended real jacked up. And it was a song that I dedicated to him, and it's still to this day brings up bad memories. And the thing I hate about it is that this was one of my favorite songs.
What's the song?
I'm not saying.
Why you can't tell us? You tell everything else.
I mean, it's because I still listen to the song, but it does bring up bad memories. It's Anita Baker's Angel.
Oh, that's a nice. Just listen to the Layla Hathaway version.
It's still the same. It's still the same song. It was. I dedicated it because of the words of the song, so it's still the same words, no matter who sings it.
I got you. Let's see what the people in the chat got to say. Stacy said, "Music is so powerful. My ex-husband gave me a stereo and 2 albums for Christmas one year. My friend kept telling me he likes me, like me. The 2 albums were Roger, I Want to Be Your Man, and Keep Sweat. I Want Her. It worked. We were official by New Year's Eve." Okay. Tony says, an adopted Chicagoan. Hold on. As an adopted Chicagoan, the Soul Jam is part of the culture. Yes, it is. Midwest for real. Danielle, the song that was supposed to be my wedding song, First Dance, still resonates with me. I still believe it, just not with him. Eric Roberson, Lessons. That is a dope song.
That's a nice song.
That is a dope song. Janine says, agree with Tom. You can feel that flutter for a minute when listening. Tyranny, it makes me sad if I love the song, but I associate it with him. And Sultana says, when I'm in love, I play slow jams around him constantly. So we're definitely going to be doing the grown up to music. LOL. I'm gonna tell you what though, and they're gonna get mad at me on this one. I know you're gonna get mad. And I'm mad because you already know where I'm going.
No, I don't, but I'm getting my face ready.
When I was in high school, now we didn't cancel them, right? Y'all canceled them. That R. Kelly 12 play. Hey man, listen, if she was at the crib and she was kind of like, I don't know if man, you put on that R. Kelly 12 play, it was going down.
High school, you mean college, right?
High school. 12 play came out. We was in high school. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Because I remember Vibe being out. That was when he was with Public Announcement.
We were like freshmen around that time. Look it up. 12 play came out. 12 play came out. I'm gonna say 12 play came out 93, 94.
Okay. I mean, it could have, because once that first tape came out, I was done with him then. So I don't have the memories of him that everybody else does.
We were out of college when that came out, though.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's why I thought 12 play was later than high school.
Well, he did have like 2 other versions of 12 play.
Okay.
So the original one came out when we were in high school. Let me see. 93. I told you. See how we just said music let us think certain years? Hey, on the real. So don't be mad at me though. Don't be mad at me. But
my views on whether he should be canceled or not have changed, but it is okay.
We'll talk offline on that one. So you said you got a toxic ex. How toxic are they? Are they like still stalking you? Or?
No. It's completely over. It was just how it ended is what makes it. I won't even say the relationship was toxic. The relationship, at least for me, was awesome. It was how it ended though that makes it the worst relationship. if that makes any sense.
That's unfortunate.
You have to know the story, and I ain't never told nobody this. Well, it's a few people that know it, but not many. So it is what it is.
Okay. Would you date somebody that had a crazy toxic ex?
Ooh. How toxic we talking?
So I had an ex that used to try to do shit to my car. And when she would see me out in public, her and her, like if I was with another girl, her and her homegirls would do their best to try to intimidate the young lady, make them tell the young lady that they were going to jump her, beat her up, and all that old stuff. So yeah, I definitely had an ex that was like a tad bit nutso.
No, I wouldn't. I don't even want to be bothered. That's
not fair to the
no.
person that you date. No, they can't control that person's actions.
That's true, but I'm not going to deal with it. So if you can't control people from your, because I don't have any exes like that. So if you ain't got to worry about that from my side, I don't want to worry about that from your side. I mean, I remember in my early 20s, I did not want to date guys with kids. And it was all because you hear the stories about the crazy baby mama. And I didn't want to deal with that. So to alleviate that, I didn't even want to date guys with kids, but eventually I did because the older you get, you kind of have no choice. But yeah, I can't deal with drama. Yeah. They don't do drama.
I remember me and this girl had broke up, and I always had like 10 of my windows. And so I was riding around town, and what I would do is I would have my windows down, like old school. You said this is back in the day, so you would roll the windows down so the window was down, but keep it up high enough that people can't see who's in the car. But the fact that the passenger side was down, she knew. And when I drove, we had a 4-way stop, and she could tell a girl was in the car. Mm-hmm. And it was her and all her homegirls. And I guess she was embarrassed, right? She was like, "Hey, ain't that's your dude with somebody else?" We had a high-speed chase.
Oh my gosh.
We had a high-speed chase.
And now your ex is putting my life in danger. Nope, I'm not dealing with it. Nope.
Yeah, it's not fun. It's not fun. You know, she would try to fight me in public and different. It was yeah. For me, it just depends on how crazy he is. You know, like, do y'all have kids together? Because one thing I don't put up with drama. I'm not putting up with drama with nobody. So I'm going to expect you to put that in check. Now, if I respect your actions and I know that, okay, and I'm feeling you and I know that this person is violating, then man to man, we're going to have a discussion like, hey, bro, her and I together, you need to back the fuck off. And if we got to handle it on some gangster shit, we could do that. Now, I'm not trying to die over no woman, right? But I'm not just going to rule her out because somebody else can't control his emotions or her emotions. Because like I said, I have dated some bisexual women. Hey, and while you bullshitting, a lot of them studs, they be more aggressive. They be more aggressive than dudes on the real.
Yeah. I've heard stories about those relationships. But yeah, I can't do it. I don't care how good of a man you are. If you can't control your ex, I can't be bothered.
Well, how's he supposed to control her though?
I don't know. Restraining order.
Talk to her mama.
I don't know.
Talk to her mama.
Talk to her mama.
Tell your daughter to leave me alone.
I don't know. Look her over somebody else, get her mind off of you. Something. I don't know.
Or just cheat a little bit. That's really what she wants. She just wants some of that dick. You know what I'm saying? Just let him cheat a little bit, then she'll settle down.
Again, I'm not dealing with it. Because if you can cheat with your ex, I'm gonna go cheat with my ex too.
I'm just keeping the situation calm. You ain't got to do that. I'm just doing what we got to do. I'm just doing what we got to do. So Tyler said, "Damn, she was getting after your car. You must have put that Santeria on her." That's an inside joke. We just got back from Cuba. Danielle said, I don't want to go to jail for using a piece of steel. Okay. All right. Y'all some violent so-and-sos. Melanie says, still don't want to date men with kids. They have to be adult children. Let's come back to that. Michelle said, exactly, Tay. I feel you. I did the same thing in my 20s. I guess she didn't date guys with children. So Tyler said, yeah, I'll pass on guys with crazy exes. They aren't over him. And Michelle said, giving her son might make her crazier. Hey,
Yeah.
listen, you know that back in the day, that's what the OGs used to tell us, you know, like when your baby mama was tripping, it's like, hey, you need to go put it on her real quick. That'll settle it down.
For the moment.
So let me ask you this. We talked about at this age, you know, if you have children, dating somebody with children, right? So if you're somebody who does not have children, does the age range of the children at this age matter? Would you date somebody with young children, or do they have to be grown or about to be grown? Like all my kids are grown. Like my youngest is 21. So I'm at a phase in life I can pick up and do what I want to do. Right. So an experience dating me is a lot different versus, say, I still had kids in junior high, middle school, or high school, and I still had to, you know, responsibilities, or even younger. Does that matter to you how old the children are?
For me, it doesn't, but that could be because I don't have any. My only issue with dating guys who who have kids who are not adults is their behavior and your relationship with their mother.
Okay.
Those are my only issues.
Tia said no young kids, not at 53. I hear you, Tia. And Janine said at my age, kids must be grown. Now, okay. So I was talking to one of my frat brothers, and he's married. They was having some rough times, right? And he said that his sister told him that the next woman that he gets with, she needs to have children as well, because a woman who does not have children is not going to really always understand some of the obligations and pulls that you have when you have children. So you need to kind of be on the same level when it comes to that. Do you agree with that or not?
No, I think with anything, it depends on the person. Because I've dated guys with kids, and it's never been a problem. So I think it depends on the person you're dating and their mentality and their understanding of life and how things work.
Have you, because I'm at this situation, you know, I'm divorced. My kids are grown, but I was just talking to a friend about this like yesterday. I don't know when I want to introduce my children, even though they are adults, to someone I'm dating. Right now I'm just having fun. You know, I got people who, you know, I spend time with. I don't know if I want to introduce, because I don't want my kids thinking like, oh, dad a hoe, you know, or at this age they grown, so you don't have to worry about that attachment that young kids would have. But it's new to me, so I don't know when is it appropriate to introduce my kids to somebody. In my mind, I'm thinking like, if I'm about to put a ring on her finger, then she's gonna be around the holidays. That's when I need to introduce y'all. But until then, remember how your mom? I don't know about your parents, but my mom, when my dad passed, she was just like, "I'm going out with a friend." Well, who is he? Don't worry, is a friend. You know what I'm saying? Is it just Mr. So-and-so, Mr. Friend, or you think that, it's okay to introduce adult children to your dating?
I mean, I agree with what you said. I don't see a point in introducing, actually, no matter what the age, I don't see a point in introducing unless you're getting serious. But I say that, and then I've heard someone make a good point of introducing early. I think I heard it from Candy Burst. She was saying that her daughter was telling her she wanted to meet the guy before Candy got invested in him. And because what if he didn't what if they didn't get along, the guy and the child? Then it's like you're already invested in this guy. It's harder to break it off. You know what I'm saying? So I see both sides, but in my opinion, I would say I don't think you should introduce anyone until things are serious and y'all are saying, yeah, we're gonna try to do this, for a long period of time.
I see the rationale in that, but in my mind, I don't care how invested I am in a woman, right? We could be in love and, seeing stars and making slow jam mixtapes and all that old shit. But the minute you tell me that you're not feeling my kids, and I don't think it's for a just reason, because I put my kids in check. Like, if I feel they're being unfair, but the minute I feel like you being shady towards my children for whatever reason, girl, bye. And I mean that with utmost sincerity. Bye, for real. Because when I put a ring on it, then you'll become before my kids. But up until then, if I don't feel like it's going to jail, because what I'm not going to do is live in a hell trying to compete between my kids and the woman that I love. So
Right.
I understand what she's saying, but if I get any inkling that you acting shady towards my kids, I'll kill you without a second thought. You out of here.
Yeah, and I didn't mean to make it seem like she was saying Candy would not have broken up with somebody. I think she was just saying it would be harder, once your feelings are involved with someone, it's harder to do. But I think Candy would have broke up with somebody, who wasn't feeling Riley like that. But anyway.
Well, I mean, I think we had a nice little stroll down memory lane with the music. People, I'm glad to know I'm not the only one that's lovey-dovey and is playing the music. And I guess I'm the only one that had a toxic ex that was trying to, fight my new girlfriend and all that. I mean, I thought guys went through that a lot, but maybe it's just me.
Guys do. I've never had that issue.
I've dated a girl where her ex dude he felt some type of way. And there was a lot of tough eye contact and stuff like that. It ain't just dudes. Like it ain't just guys dealing with crazy. It ain't just guys dealing with crazy women. There's definitely women dealing with crazy.
Oh no, you're right. You're right. You're right. None of my exes have ever even been around each other. I want to say I don't remember a time where they were around each other. Okay. I mean, because you say give crazy looks and stuff. That's what I'm thinking. For that to even happen, I don't remember any of my exes ever.
Wait, you got to remember, I grew up in a small town, like 100,000 people.
Yeah, and I'm in the DMV.
Right. So when you're in a small town and you Black, of a certain age, there's only so much stuff you can do. So you're gonna cross paths with somebody else. So okay. So you got a nasty or normal today?
I don't. I couldn't think of anything for today. I'm sorry.
I got one for you.
Okay.
It's only for you.
Oh Lord, why is it only for me?
Because once I ask you, it definitely ain't something that I can answer.
Okay.
Would you do a male female threesome?
Oh, I've done that. Well, male, are you talking about where the men are together?
Hold on. So it's been male female, right? Male female male, correct?
Right.
Where the attention was all on you.
Right.
Would you participate if all three of y'all were giving each other attention? Now you see why I can't answer. Now you see why I can't answer this one. You see why I can't answer it, right?
I mean, you could in reverse, but we already know what the answer would be.
Yeah. So then there's no point.
But no, if I wouldn't even date a guy who had situations with a guy, then I'm definitely not going to be in a situation where there's sexual activity in front of me. No.
You okay? All right, that's fair. All right, let's read some of the last comments before we get on. Danielle said, 2 of my exes almost fought. I shut my door and locked it and went to sleep. Damn. Okay. Tia, all those crazy dudes are episodes on the ID channel. There's a ton of them. Yeah, they are.
Yes.
Because unfortunately, Black women aren't safe with some of these dudes. That's very unfortunate. Janine, I had one crazy episode with my ex, and it involved a high-speed chase too. Telling you something about that. Yeah, listen, they're trying to chase you down. This particular girl used to chase me down all the time. She see me with my boys and try to chase me down. And then Michelle said my ex showed up to my apartment in college at 7 a.m. while my Kurt was there giving the stare down between them. Not fun. Yeah, that ain't.
Wow.
Listen, because it could get ugly. it could get ugly.
Right.
You know, because the male ego and all that, it could get ugly real quick. So, all right, well, Tay, I think that was another good episode. Go ahead and tell me where they can
Yes, it
find us.
is. You can find us at Conversate After Dark everywhere. And if you'd like to be a guest on the show, you have a topic you want us to cover, a story you want us to read, you can reach us at CVAD the podcast at gmail.com. Make sure you like this video, share it, subscribe, and leave us a comment. Let us know how we're doing.
That's right. And go to our website, www.conversateafterdark.com. Listen to our old episodes. Tell everybody to follow the show. We'll catch you next time. Peace.
Bye.